Hello everybody, it's Aaran back from Screenstars, and I'm here once again to do another review for Geek Legion of Doom. And today I am reviewing the 2019 action film Bare Knuckle Brawler, a film that is directed by Joe Gowallis, and it stars Danny Trejo and Martin Kove. However, those are primarily cameos. In regards to who else it stars, it's pretty, for me especially, there's quite a lot of unknown actors in here. And this film is an action film very much in the style of like the fighting films we used to watch in the 80s and 90s, and it focuses on a family, and Martin Kove is the father, Mike Calderon, who's a retired detective who taught his sons martial arts, etc., which you see a little bit at the beginning of the film. One of his sons becomes a detective, an undercover police officer, and he is basically sent in by his superiors to get involved in an illegal fight ring. Essentially, there's all these fighters turning up dead. There's a brutal underground fighting ring going on, and fighters are turning up dead, so the police want to get in there, find out what's going on, so they send in Martin Kove's son, who's a very, very talented fighter. They think he'll be able to handle himself. However, very, very early on, his cover is blown. A tragedy then takes place, and then his brother, who also is a skilled martial artist, decides to take revenge, and he decides to do a very, very similar thing. Get himself into this underground fighting ring, prove himself by partaking in the fights, and then taking down this illegal fighting operation and discover who wronged his family. So, pretty standard plot, really, as the tagline says there on that poster, which you might not be able to see, is when all that's left is revenge. So it's a fairly basic revenge story here. Now, is this an uncompromising and brutal action flick, or is it more of a damp squid? Well, there's aspects of this film that if you like martial arts type action movies, you're going to be pretty happy with. I mean, if you like things like Bloodsport, like these tournament fighting films, you got your Bloodsports and your Enter the Dragons to some degree, the martial art film we've seen time and time again. You're going to be reasonably pleased with this film, because the fight scenes in this film, for the most part, are definitely hard hitting and brutal. However, where this film falters, and falters massively for me, is its story and plot. It takes itself way too seriously. Now, the charm with movies in the past like this is they were very, very much tongue-in-cheek. They didn't take themselves too seriously, and you could have a load of fun watching it. However, my problem with this film is it does take itself far too seriously, and the actors on board here aren't up to the task of delivering on the emotional scenes and the dramatic scenes to the level required for you to buy in to this story. Unfortunately, Martin Kove is fine. I don't know if he's been poorly fairly recently or in the past. Sometimes you kind of struggle to understand what he was saying, but I don't know, he's obviously getting on a bit now, so that might be part of that. Danny Trejo again, he's clearly the best actor in here, but he's not in it enough. This film is just a cameo. And for me as well, I think they got the two brothers mixed up, in a sense of the brother who's the undercover police officer who goes in to break up this fight ring. I thought was actually quite charismatic, and he was younger, more handsome, if you like, more relatable to an audience, and he's the one, if you like, who gets taken out quickly, and the brother who takes it over to take out revenge of the older brother, he's got this really out of date long ponytail type thing, almost like Seagal type ponytail, older and chiseled, and I thought they got that wrong way around. I think if they'd have swapped the brothers, I think it might have worked a bit better, and that's not a knock at the actor or the actors involved. I thought they both did a reasonable job, but I thought one was better than the other and probably should have been in the film a little bit longer. There are massive plot holes here as well, in a sense of when he wants to break in, this undercover police officer, when he wants to try and get into this fight ring, he just turns up, tells people he's a fighter with gambling debts, and they let him in. Well, you're gonna get undercover cops in your operation doing, you know, stupid things like that. And then the brother later on, when he wants to break into this fighting ring, he just turns up at a bar where the head honcho of this fighting ring happens to be, starts a fight, and lo and behold, he's in. So, you know, they're asking for trouble, this fighting ring, because they let people in far too easily, in my opinion. And the dramatic stuff in between the fight scenes unfortunately doesn't work because the actors aren't up to par to deliver it. So there's some real problems with this film and its storytelling, some acting, and the fact that it takes itself far too seriously. But if you just want to watch a film that's got good, decent, hard-hitting, brutal fight scenes in it, then you're going to be pretty happy with it. So I'm going to give this film a 4 out of 10. It's seriously flawed in some aspects, but the fight scenes are done well enough for you to keep you interested. So that is my review for Bare Knuckle Brawler. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching.